Welcome to the Blockchain Report, where we talk about all things blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, DeFi, NFTs, and that much, much more. Today will be your weekly news wrap up. First, we'll take a look at the markets. I believe last week we had a just slightly under $1 trillion market cap, and we're now in the low 900 billion, or was it, what did I say, $1 trillion market cap? Yeah. Just a little bit below $1 trillion, or now 920 billion. And ETH gas still pretty low. Bitcoin, I'll show you the chart. This is a daily. Zoom in a little bit and get this up. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was a little over a week ago. We might actually have been a little bit higher than we were now, but all in all, you see this little pattern right here. It's not looking the greatest for Bitcoin. You see, we want to make a higher low. We made a higher low, but it's so close. It's gonna take a lot to really get back up above this right here. Normally, you'd want to see this come back down and retest this area. I mean, this isn't bad as long as it can hold, but there's just not a lot of great bullish news right now for the markets. I see as maybe having a slight bounce right here to this 20,500 area, maybe, and then a rejection. Yeah, so it's right now it's all up in the air. I mean, I'm just kind of looking at these two similar. You just got choppy price action and then a drop. Well, and kind of choppy price action, but it's still fading a little bit. So yeah, it's just not looking the greatest. And look at the volume. This is crazy volume. But I hope we see a pump. I hope we see a nice pump. I hope we at least get to 25K. That would be dope. At least halfway retrace. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll keep monitoring Bitcoin in the markets, but yeah, just keep your stop losses tight and don't jump into anything silly. We'll jump into the news this week. Start with a little airdrop, well, potential airdrop, but Starkware confirms long-rumored StarkNet token. Starkware, which created the StarkNet blockchain scalability solutions, confirmed Wednesday the creation of the long-rumored StarkNet token to help mainnet secure and evolve the ecosystem. So the existence of StarkNet token was hinted at on Tuesday by emails posted to Twitter by 3AC. Su Zhu, who had returned to social media for the first time since the crypto hedge fund imploded, to criticize the liquidators. The StarkNet token is needed to operate the ecosystem, mainnet and secure it, or maintain and secure it, decide on its values and strategic goals, and direct its evolution. This token will be required for governance, payment of transaction fees on StarkNet, and participation in StarkNet's consensus mechanism. The token will go on Ethereum as an ERC20 token in September. The company has minted an initial 10 billion tokens, which will be allocated to core StarkNet contributors, including Starkware investors, and StarkNet developer partners. Tokens will also go in a new StarkNet Foundation, nonprofit dedicated to maintaining the network as a public good. And Starkware was last valued at $8 billion in a $100 million funding round in May. So I don't know how these rounds of funding will affect if there will be a token airdrop or not, or if it will just kind of be I don't know. I'm not too sure, but we'll get into some news with Su Zhu here in a little bit. And these people are not really doing good service to the people in the crypto community. Next, talk about inflation. U.S. inflation jumps more than expected in June. Bitcoin and Ethereum fluctuate, and ultimately, this is where we had the numbers. You can tell If you can't tell, where did we have the CPI numbers? Seems about right here. So that's about normal. You get a spike and a dump, and then a trend back up, or a dump and a spike, and then turn back down. It's textbook at this point. That's why I tell people, don't FOMO into this. You see that drop in, you better wait. So don't jump in and lose your pants when it'll just come back up here and hang out. So we'll wait on that another day, see how it plays out. Annual inflation in the U.S. hits 9.1 in June, 9.1% in June, or more than what analysts had expected, and up from 8.6% in May. Reached the highest level in over 40 years. In a month, prices jumped 1.3%, also more than expected. So-called annual core CPI, Consumer Price Index, which excludes prices of food and energy, stood at 5.9%. It's further below to economic and social well-being, highlights Fed's worst policy makes in decades. And yeah, the Fed have been trying to tame down inflation, and with all these different tools, quote unquote, that they use or that they have at their disposal, and hearing them talk about how they plan to tackle inflation if it happened, in the past couple of years, and seeing it play out, and how they're just caught with their pants down and they don't know what to do. Things aren't really helping, and yeah, it's just funny to see it come bite him in the ass. But there's just a lot of sketchy stuff going on. The economy. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it affects the markets, and if we have any pumps or dumps over the next couple of days. I really just want to get down to this 10K area for Bitcoin so we can bounce, bottom out. Down to 3AC, talking about Suzu. He returns to Twitter, blames liquidators for baiting. So he returned to Twitter after nearly a month of inactivity. And another cryptic tweet, he blamed liquidators for baiting them with respect to Starkware tokens. The tweet, with attached mail from legal counsel, claimed that Starkware Equity had a token warrant that expired on July 5th and that the liquidator didn't exercise the warrant, resulting in the loss of Starkware tokens. Zoo blamed liquidators for not using Starkware tokens and claimed they baited the firm to use information in court. So the cryptic tweet from the co-founder comes days after 3AC filed for Chapter 15 bankruptcy, one of the many, many chapter bankruptcies that you can go through. After it failed to meet several margin calls from its lenders. So TLDR, 3AC was handed over to Liquidator. Liquidator didn't exercise Starkware token warrants, which expired worthless. Suzu believes the liquidator baited them for information to use in court. Alpha derived from this post, Starkware token confirmed. If you don't have the tokens in the first place, it shouldn't matter if you have somebody that doesn't exercise warrants for tokens. That shouldn't affect anything that you do. You shouldn't have any one asset that if something happened with that asset, it would destroy your whole business, your whole model. So whatever this Suzu is trying to put the blame game on, you got to check your own shit, bro. You got to check your shit. You got to make sure that you're doing stuff the right way and not putting the whole thing at risk. I wouldn't have anything to do with 3AC if I were a crypto company. And he's going to have a hard time working with people after this. It's just disgusting, man. And on some more liquidation stuff, Voyager can't guarantee all customers will receive their crypto under proposed recovery plan. So there was a. Then it all depends on what happens in the restructuring process and the recovery of 3 Arrow Capital assets. This, looking at, from what I hear, people that went through Mt. Gox and now they've opened up claims for you to get some of your Bitcoin back from that hack almost 10 years ago. So we'll see how long this takes for everything with Celsius, Voyager, 3AC. You got some exchanges and all kinds of a mess. So we'll see how this goes moving forward. And if you've been affected by this, I'm sorry. I hate that for you. It's awful. But I hope you're able to get at least some of it back. You know, a few percent's better than no percent. But just make sure you keeping your crypto off exchanges unless you're going to trade them immediately and then take them back off. Don't have a lot of funds on these places that you can risk losing. And yeah, onto some NFT stuff. We got some cool stuff. Gucci drops NFT collection. Coca-Cola launches Pride-related NFT series. And some of these, Christie's auction NFT in celebration of mRNA, COVID vaccine, and a few others we'll dive into. But some of these, look at these, Coca-Cola and Gucci and Christie's auction house and Warner Brothers. They're all in these, creating these NFTs and doing these projects. So can someone explain to me why they would be involved in these if there's not really any application or use case for this category of crypto assets? Yeah, they're smart. They're not stupid. What bear market NFT transaction volume hits all-time high in Q2 despite price slump? The second quarter saw record interest in NFT trading as the number of NFT transactions reached 12 million despite one of the worst slumps in the crypto market, the worst price slumps the crypto market has ever seen. Now this is the thing with, you can have all-time high volume and trading and buying and selling, but if the price of the assets are lower, it's a big deal now, but it's not because everything's on such a discount. It's dumpster fire. And these could all be NFT transactions that for NFTs that don't have any use case or utility, or it's just a picture that doesn't give you anything. And you can buy and sell 12 million fake NFTs that are worth $1, but that doesn't mean that the NFT market is going to be hot. So just a little something to think about. And when you look for NFTs, find ones that have been around at least 6 months to a year, been producing stuff, working on their project, having updates and updating the roadmap. So something to keep in mind when you're looking for NFTs. And Solana NFTs stand to be the undisputed king of trading volumes in Q2 as per latest report. As you can see here, you got NFT organic trading volume versus sales count. I mean, Q2, when is Q3? I mean, we're moving. But I haven't really bought any NFTs on Solana recently. Just had kind of a bad taste in my mouth from that whole ecosystem and how it operates and the people behind it. So I'm kind of staying back from Solana right now. But that doesn't mean there's no NFTs that are, well, that doesn't mean that NFTs on there aren't worth something. I just don't really prefer them at the moment. And then here's the little Christie's auction house thing to celebrate. And here's so celebrate the history-making contributions in which two senior figures from its medical department made with regards to worldwide fight against COVID-19. Their University of Pennsylvania is auctioning off a limited edition, entirely unique NFT based upon mRNA medical technology. So it's dubbed the mRNA NFT, and essentially digital memorial of the work with which Dr. Drew Weissman and Dr. Caitlin Carrico conducted in order to bolster the mRNA vaccine's push against CV. It includes a 3D video which illustrates the mechanisms of mRNA vaccine and at the microscopic level, and is also complemented with a copy of the original patent documents, as well as a letter from Weissman. So it's expected to generate a winning bid of between 200 and 300,000, and in that case you will have an amazing video of this. Pretty cool, pretty neat. Yeah, it's bidding starts in 2 days. So if you're interested in that, if you're a CV19 and all that, Mamma Jamma, if you're about all that, this might be for you. If you got a couple 100K sitting around. Next, Ethereum Layer 2 Immutable X launches ETH to dollar withdrawals. You can now withdraw ETH directly from Immutable X and have it hit their bank accounts as US dollars. Immutable X users, new functionality is powered by the crypto fintech company MoonPay. The service is currently only available in the EU, UK, and select US states. This is pretty cool. This is really cool. The ETH Layer 2 protocol announced Tuesday that this latest version of its software developer kit now includes crypto to fiat off-ramp functionality. Developers building on Immutable X can now enable their users to sell ETH and have the proceeds directly deposited to their bank accounts in US dollars. Immutable X's new feature is powered by MoonPay, a financial technology company that builds payment infrastructure for cryptocurrencies. While MoonPay prides itself on making crypto purchases easier, its fees are often higher than withdrawing through centralized exchanges. According to the MoonPay website, the company charges a 1% fee on all crypto to fiat bank transfers and a dynamic network fee on all BTC, ETH, and ERC20 token purchases and sales. Because they got to cover that fee, man. That gas fee ain't cheap. I mean, right now it is. It's like 26 way, but sometimes we get up there in the hundreds, and especially when there's a bull market, it'd be hot, man. It'd be hot. I don't really know of any crypto projects that have this functionality without going through a major exchange. So that's really cool. Really cool. On some ETH 2.0 news, developers activate the merge on Sepolia testnet. So the testnet merge takes the project one step closer to the mainnet upgrade later this year. And so Sepolia, one of ETH's public testnets, has undergone a merge. And the event, Sepolia's proof-of-work chain execution layer, merged with its proof-of-stake beacon chain consensus layer at around 2 p.m. UTC. To make this happen, node operators on the testnet's proof-of-work and proof-of-stake sides had to update their client software in tandem. The goal of this exercise was to check if the validator nodes from both of Sepolia's 2 chains can work together. The same process is set to happen with Ethereum mainnet merge event. While no data has yet to be seen, it is expected to happen before the end of this year. So they're just a few steps closer. I think we'll push ETH 2.0 into next year. But things get popping. We get this bottoming of the bear market and shit starts popping off. You're going to probably see this ramp up a lot more, a lot more involvement. Terra projects band together in migration to Polygon ecosystem. The projects formerly running on Terra have begun migrating over to Polygon, which is great for the Polygon ecosystem. That's fantastic. More than 48 different crypto projects have now found resurgence by migrating over to Polygon. And this is so I guess Polygon Studio CEO said he hinted that Polygon's multi-million-dollar Terra developer fund has been effective in attracting the talent that was unexpectedly flung into limbo when Terra collapsed in May. Man, you have these things in place to attract developers and people into your ecosystem, and it doesn't always happen right away. It takes some time, especially if you have a collapse and you have dozens of projects that need a home. And that's what's incredible about the crypto space, is that you have all these different networks. You got ETH, BNB, Cardano, Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, Polygon. These great networks, and in some cases cheaper, but to have that, to be able to migrate projects over to another chain is what we want to see. So yeah, pretty cool. I'd actually like to look and see what these different projects do, but strong move for Polygon. Strong move for Polygon. Let's check out MATIC, actually. Let's check out MATIC. So just normal. Yeah. I mean, it's what we call a ball pattern, a cup. Normally that's like a cup and a handle and a breakout. But we have, it looks like a testicle pattern or something. I don't know. Yeah. The droopy testicle pattern. Yeah. But MATIC's doing good. MATIC's, well, it's going to be strong coming out of this. It's going to be very strong coming out of this. I'm going to touch on some of the liquidation stuff earlier. Celsius Network pays off Maker loan. Paid down the remaining $41 million of its debt, which is good. I believe that, yeah, Celsius paid off a loan to Maker, one of the largest DeFi platforms in the crypto universe. And let's see here. Celsius repaid the remaining $41.2 million of the loan in DAI. That prompted the Maker protocol to release almost 22,000 wrapped Bitcoin equivalent token. Yeah, wrapped Bitcoin is basically a synthetic, or kind of a copy of Bitcoin on Ethereum. So if you wanted to trade Bitcoin, excuse me, Bitcoin on Ethereum, it would be wrapped Bitcoin, because it takes the price feed and from the Bitcoin network and just puts it on a coin. So it's like I don't know how to explain it other than that, but it's the wrapped coins. Same with wrapped ETH, WETC, or ETH. Wrapped ETH is on the Bitcoin network and other networks that don't necessarily operate with Ethereum or have cross functionality with Ethereum or other networks. Yeah, so this is good. I mean, Celsius is working towards cleaning-ish up. Although, if they did this before, being frugal with people's money and not being transparent, then why do business with them? Why do business with them? So, yeah, take that with what you will. I wouldn't trust them. Not after what happened. So another first of its move, DeFi protocol Maker is bringing a traditional bank into the ecosystem. MakerDAO community is voting on a proposal to add a 100 million DAI debt ceiling, participation facility in Huntingdon Valley Bank as a vault. So far, the majority have voted in favor of the addition, and Maker has also voted to invest 500 million in DAI into U.S. Treasuries and corporate bonds. So its first proposal will bring traditional banking or TradFi into its ecosystem. Proposal has 78% in favor. And there were no negative votes so far. Just a couple. Well, let's see. When was this? Oh, the 5th. So this should be. Let's see what Maker said since then. Should the vote succeed, it would be the first collateral integration between a U.S. bank and DeFi. Allow the bank to borrow against its assets using DeFi. This could have enormous ramifications, at least as far as convincing others to do the same. Yeah, this will be interesting to see. Let's see what Maker has to say. Oh, excuse me. About this. Oh, here we go. We can just go to the. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't look like very many people voted no, so I guess this is a pretty cool move right here. This is the beginning. We start merging, and hopefully the banks will stop taking our money to loan out. But that's pretty cool. Cool to see DeFi and TradFi coming together. A couple more things. Aave to launch over-collateralized stablecoin called GHO. However, it's just seeking feedback at this stage. I think there's a lot of. I don't know why anyone would want to jump into a stablecoin right now or create a stablecoin, but I guess if you can do it better, more power to you. Keep an eye on that. Another exchange, or I don't even know what that is, Vault lending platform stops withdrawals. Eyes restructure after users pull nearly 200 million. Just another one. I think this is a pretty big name one. But man, they just it's hard to tell so early in the space that we trust the transparency, but it's not always transparent enough. So, and last one on Voyager, seeks strategic alternatives following pause to withdrawals. Yeah, I think I kind of talked about this earlier with you can't guarantee everyone their full amount back, but I guess it's just waiting on 3AC, and if you have anything on if you have stuff on 50 different exchanges or lending platforms, consolidate them into a few and get that crypto off. If you want to trade, just throw a little money on there to trade with and be done with it. But don't risk having your life savings on these platforms. Because you never know what can happen, because shit like this can just blow up and it'll be all gone. And nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to go through that. What we want is this to go all the way to the moon. Look at that. One day it'll be up here, whether that's 10 years or 20 years. Just look at how... Oh, I don't have the right chart. This is Binance. But if you go down to when Bitcoin started, it was like years having to zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, and now look, this is what you just keep blowing up every couple years, get some craziness. See what happened down here. Spike, drop, bear market, bot, spike, spike, yeah, and then now we're back on it again. Spike, oh, fake out, oh, bear market, bear, probably pump, pump, pump. I don't know. Could have another year of just kind of up and down, choppiness. But who knows? Look at that. I mean, we had it was almost 3 years. It was 3 years by the time we got another all-time high. So it could be 3 years from last year, right here. I mean, we can count this, but it's not. This is more liquidation, exit liquidity. But yeah, because look at all this volume. Look at how high this volume is compared to over here. I mean, it's just packed. So be safe out there. Thanks for joining me today, and just learn from all this, learn from others' mistakes, and keep your crypto safe. Don't fall for scams and phishing links. And if you want to check to see if you're getting scammed by something, let's see. I think, I don't remember what it was. EV Moss. This is one that I have an airdrop for, but I haven't claimed it yet. I thought it was fake. But if you go here, you can actually go to CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, wherever, search for the token in here. If there's no price, they'll still have the website and community, and you can go in here and go on their Twitter, go on their website, check and make sure that this isn't just some fake crap and some website that somebody made in 10 minutes. And you can see there's actually a following and a website, there's a product being built, and that's how you want to verify that whatever you're getting or whatever your link is being sent to you or airdrop that shows up in your wallet. Just make sure that you do your research and dig into the project a little more, dig into that token. Go to the Discord, go to the Twitter, talk to people, go to Reddit, and make sure that you're not getting scammed. So always check, always ask 100 times before you make the jump. So just a little tip, stay safe out there. Your keys, your coins. And with that, I appreciate y'all. Have a great day, great rest of your week. I'm out of here. Talk to you later. Blockchain.